It's very common to have a video that already has audio in it, so that when you want to add a music track to it, the goal is to not have the music track overwhelm the audio that's already in the video. This is most common with vocals. For example, it's very common these days for people to record selfie videos where they're talking while they're showing some part of their business or something like that. This particular example has a pre-recorded vocal track. It was recorded in a quiet room with a good mic, so the levels are very high. Very commonly with selfie videos is the mic might be further away from the person talking, and so the levels aren't as good. Whatever the case may be, what we need is some controls to allow us to balance out the music track with any vocals that are already in the video. In this video, we're going to take a look at one of the easier methods we have inside of FlexMusic Lab to do that. But before we look at the solution, let's take a look and hear the problem. So what we have here in this example, I've taken a flexible music track and I went ahead and built a track to the video using just the default settings. And let's go ahead and hear what the results are. Now meet Susie, an owner of a paddleboard and kayak rental company. She loves to capture videos of her customers having fun with their paddleboards and kayaks. She shares the videos on social media, and it's one of her most effective methods of marketing her business. Okay, so you heard about 3 sentences there, and you can hear that the music track is just a little bit overwhelming the vocals. It makes it hard to hear the vocals. And we can kind of see that there's going to be a problem if we look at the waveform, and you see this kind of dense area right in the middle. So the peaks and valleys are not going down or really the valleys in this waveform are not going down very far, which pretty much tells us that there's a lot of busyness in this area, which is what's making it hard to hear. In FlexMusic Lab, we have several solutions for this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the easiest one. So what I've done is I've clicked on video to music volume right here, and I'm given a little pop-up. Now we have some advanced options here that are called ducking or sidechaining, and I'm going to cover that in a separate video. In this video, we're going to take a look at video volume adjustment and music volume adjustment. So video volume adjustment allows us to adjust the volume in the video. So we can either increase or decrease. If I drag this to the right, or if I have a positive number, then it's going to increase the volume in the video, and conversely, if I drag this to the left, it's going to give me a negative number. I can enter any particular number I want. So I'm already going to go ahead and enter 1.5 because I've tested this a lot and I found that it was pretty good at 1.5, so I slightly increased it. So in other words, I've slightly increased the vocals inside of the video that were already there before I added the music track. Now the next thing I want to do is come over here to music volume adjustment. And in this case, what I want to do is only decrease the volume. All flexible music tracks have already been mastered such that the volume is already where it needs to be. So we don't want to increase the volume because it would start clipping and sounding horrible. We only want to decrease the volume. So what I found is I can go ahead and decrease this. I'm going to just drag it down and everything. And I've actually found that if I do about -3, I get a very nice result. So let's go ahead and build a track again based on these, and we'll go ahead and have a listen. Do that one more time. You see we actually get 2 tracks, by the way. We get a track only and we get a video. And I already know I don't want those, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete all but the track and video. And let's go ahead and audition this one. We'll go ahead and close this for a second. And by the way, we can already see that we have a better result because the waveform here in the middle is much more condensed or compressed. And we have much more peaks and valleys, which pretty much says that my vocal track is going to stand out now. Now meet Susie, an owner of a paddleboard and kayak rental company. She loves to capture videos of her customers having fun with their paddleboards and kayaks. She shares the videos on social media, and it's one of her most effective methods of marketing her business. So now the vocal is far more present and the music track is only augmenting the video. It's not taking away from it or making it difficult to hear the message. So let's just go back real quick and I'll just discuss just a little bit more. So what we're talking about here again are decibels. So I've increased the decibels of the vocal track just a little bit. So it's just a little bit more present, and I've decreased the volume of the music track. Now you can go ahead and make adjustments as much as you want. You can drag left or right, like I said. You actually also can enter in a value, or there's little arrows here that I can arrow up or down if I want to have granular control as well. So you can basically adjust these as much as you want and experiment until you find what you like. So maybe I decided to try this maybe, and I could go a little bit more here, and I could go ahead and generate one more, and we can see if that's a little bit better. So let's go ahead and have a listen to that real quick. We'll just drag this to the side this time. Now meet Susie, an owner of a paddleboard and kayak rental company. She loves to capture videos of So often this is just a matter of taste. In this particular case, I basically pulled back the music track just a little bit more and boosted the vocal a little bit more, which is something that I might do if I was worried that the music track was still overwhelming the vocal just a little bit. So you can do this as much as you want, and when you're ready to go ahead and export, you can get rid of all the tracks that you don't want Go ahead and select this track to export, and then export up here, and you're good to go. You can start posting this on social media or otherwise sharing this video with the world.